But hey, that's just the way I see it.
What up, y'all? My name's Elijah. Welcome to The Way I See It. And Ben Simmons has found himself once again in some hot water after being scheduled to play in Game 4 of the first round of the Eastern Conference and then pulling out at the last minute. And I want to share my thoughts on that. But just before that, I have a Bible verse that you need to hear. 1 Peter 4:8 says, "Most important of all, continue to show love to each other, for love covers a multitude of sins." Now, what this verse means is that regardless of the circumstance, we must remember to show love to others, just like Christ showed love to us. As we all know, the Ben Simmons drama has been going on for well over a year, spanning back to his time in Philadelphia. But what I really want to talk about is the incident that occurred about a week ago, where it was reported that Ben Simmons would be making his NBA return in a much needed victory by the Nets. And then about a day or two before he was scheduled to make that return, he pulled out citing back problems. And as I'm sure that you've seen, everyone got so angry at him. The Bleacher Report comments were ruthless. Reggie Miller went off on him on Twitter. Shaq and the guys went off on him on Inside the NBA. And we all know what Stephen A. said about it.
Nobody is worse than Ben Simmons. Ben Simmons might also be the weakest, most pathetic excuse for a professional athlete we have ever seen in not just American history, but the history of sports.
And I think I just have a slightly different perspective. I don't know. I haven't heard anyone really say this, but if they have, cool, great minds think alike. But if not, I kind of just want to give a little different perspective on the situation. In my personal opinion, I like to think the best of people. Like, just in general, I generally like to give people second chances. When we hear people mess up in the media, when we hear about different things just in the world in general, and I'm talking to some of my friends or whatever it is, I really do like to think the best of people. That's just who I am as a person, and it's no different in this situation. Now, everyone is mad at Ben Simmons because he pulled out, and they're saying that he has no competitive fire and he didn't want to help his team win. But what I'm saying is, I think we have to take him at his word when he says his back problems. According to the report, he woke up and his back just didn't feel right and he wasn't able to play. I've decided to take him at his word for that. I know it's a pretty unpopular opinion, but I've decided to take him at his word because I think we have to consider the fact that injuries do happen in the most unfortunate of times. I mean, you can look at Chris Middleton. Chris Middleton got injured. Devin Booker is out, and now the Suns are struggling against the Pelicans. Luka just came back. Luckily, Jalen Brunson was able to hold it down while Luka was away. But the Mavericks didn't know that going into the series. All they knew is that Luka was injured. We can take it back to last year. Trae Young got injured in the conference finals versus the Bucks, and after that, the series was basically over. Zach LaVine is out with COVID. I think we have to consider the very real fact that injuries happen at unfortunate times. I realize that because of who it is, it's Ben Simmons. If it was another player, it would be a non-issue. But because it's Ben Simmons and because of his history and because of the whole perception that he doesn't want to come into work and because of what the media said about him, all of a sudden he's not allowed to have a setback. I think it's a very real possibility that he genuinely did wake up and was just like, okay, something happened, I've regressed in my back. I think that's a very real possibility, and that's what I'm doing. I'm gonna look at this and be like, okay, he genuinely had a back issue. Because it's a real thing. Injuries do happen at the most unfortunate of times. Jimmy Butler's missing Game 5 versus the Hawks because of because something happened in his knee. I forgot what the injury. I forgot what happened. But Jimmy Butler's out. We have to consider the very real fact that injuries are literally just a part of the game. And as sucky as it sounds, because it's Ben Simmons, he got injured again. It happens. It sucks, and it's not a great look for him. But if he genuinely wasn't able to play, what do you want the man to do? He tried. Leading up to this point, all we heard was reports about him trying and ramping up his activity and being back on the court. He wanted to play. I genuinely feel like if you're in the NBA, you have a passion for the game. So going on with that thinking, then yeah, clearly he wanted to play. At least that's how I feel. He wanted to play, but he was set back by injury. It happens. Genuinely, it happens. Now, on the flip side of that, if Ben Simmons truly was not injured, like I've been saying, like I've been advocating for him, if he's truly not injured and he just decided to quit on his team, then yeah, that's a punk move, Ben. That's a punk move. That's a punk move, and that's not okay. They did all this mess. They traded for you, and not only that, when they played Philadelphia, they fought for you because you were not playing. They fought for you. They took all the F. Ben Simmons chance. They took all of that, and they won the game handily. They fought for you. Clearly, they had your back. So for you to turn your back on them when they need you, if that is the case, hopefully it's not, but if that is the case, that's a punk move. And I really think you need to evaluate yourself as a person if you're willing to do something like that just because you feel like it's hopeless. Because that's not passion. That's not passion. So I do agree with him on that front if you weren't truly injured. But me, I'm thinking the best of you. I'm going to think the best. I'm going to assume his back was really hurting, and that's why he was not able to play. It happens. Injuries suck. It's just a part of the game. I hate injuries. I don't understand how athletes get them so often, but it is what it is. It is what it is. Now, if you enjoyed this video, I'd really appreciate it if you left a like. And if you agree or disagree, leave a comment down below and tell me the way you see it. And with all that being said, my name's Elijah. This has been The Way I See It. Have a nice day, y'all.